Johnny Vegas.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Johnny Vegas here with Total Wrestling, and I'm here with Rob Van Dam. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Thank you for joining the show.
Dude, Justice, everybody expects when they think of RVD, I'm doing fantastic.
That's awesome. Now, you've had quite the wrestling career. You've traveled all over the place wrestling, and you've created quite a fan base, quite a big brand for yourself. Why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about some of your biggest achievements and what you're doing now?
Biggest achievements. Well, let's see. I know that RVD is the only one to hold all of the world championships included in the group of ECW, TNA, WWE. In fact, I also know that RVD is the most decorated of all the former world champions, meaning that my huge list of accepted wrestling championships that go on the list is greater than other wrestlers that wish they were RVD. So some of my major accomplishments for me that go down in my memory, one was definitely bringing the ECW back. That was my preferred wrestling style and the best way to showcase what RVD brings to the table. So I was the best foot to put forward when WWE brought ECW back, and I planted that seed in Vince's head. I went to him and said, why don't we do a pay-per-view, ECW. Yeah. So that leading to it being our third brand, that's a pretty good accomplishment for me as far as like going down in history. And now I have a movie, a documentary that I am executive producer on that I'm super stoked about, and this might be the biggest thing that I've ever done.
Oh, that's awesome. How can people find out more about that? And why don't you tell us a little bit about how that all came about?
Yeah, so my movie's called Headstrong. Originally, I do sometimes I do stand-up comedy. I'm not looking to do anything, and I really enjoy a day off to a day on. But sometimes I leave the house and I do some stuff. I still wrestle, not passionate about any of it. It's just something I do. It's usually for the business. I do enjoy doing stand-up. I like using my brain, and it gets the creative juices flowing in a way that wrestling doesn't. After I write a set and deliver it on stage the next day, my brain is moving. I'm thinking of new T-shirt designs. I'm thinking of new business ideas, and I enjoy tapping into that. Still not looking to do anything full-time, but we put together like 7 days as a comedy tour. My manager, Tom Garland, that controls and schedules that side of that part of my world, he said, let's bring a camera and just shoot the road trip and make a little film about the experience, which was the idea. But it took a major swerve when I showed up feeling symptoms of a concussion from a match that I had a few days before. So at first I was going to ignore the concussion and not even mention it in the movie. But as it didn't go away day after day, it became a much bigger part of my life, as did the movie. So it ends up encompassing everything about my personal and current life, even going to my house in California and talking about my relationships, both the divorce one and my incredible relationship with Katie Forbes. And it goes places that people don't expect it to go, for sure, because that's what I do. I'm overly honest and the most genuine person you're going to meet.
Yeah, well, I definitely can attest to that. When I met you in Vegas a few years ago, just in the casino floor at the Hard Rock, you were very approachable, very nice, and I think a lot of fans, or every fan pretty much that I've seen that's met you, has had that similar experience where they have felt like they were your friend, known you for years personally.
Well, thank you. And I got to tell you, all the reviews I'm getting for Headstrong so far are just outstanding. Like, people are like calling it important, calling it phenomenal. I knew people were gonna like it, but they're I guess everyone finds it inspiring, but they really get, how genuine I am, and I don't know, they talk about it like it's groundbreaking, and maybe it is because I talk about some subjects that are controversial, or just the whole fact of speaking of concussions, but I really go into some of the consequences of what I've done for a living and my thoughts on that. And I'm glad to share. I always say I feel like I'm living tomorrow's history, so I want to make sure that it's told right. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm so honest. And Headstrong, by the way, is available right now on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and Vudu.
Cool. So they is there any specific thing they need to search for, a web link, or they just type in Headstrong?
Yeah, type in Headstrong and you'll see it. It just debuted today, so I haven't gotten a ton of feedback. Is still kind of fresh, but I've gotten some pretty important ones that have made me feel even better than I already felt about it. But I'm very proud of it. We worked long and hard on this movie, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out, and I'm even more happy with the way that it's affecting people. And of course, you're going to get to know me way more than you ever thought you would.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to check it out for sure. So I'll be looking it up after this, and I encourage anybody listening to this to do the same. Now, I wanted to ask your opinion on. So there's a new wrestling federation called AEW. If you don't want me to ask you about it, I know I don't think you're wrestling in it yet, but who knows? Maybe you could be. But what's your opinion on it? There's some people are saying this could start a new wrestling wars type of deal, not the same night situation, but the way WCW, ECW, and WWF at the time had a war. This could be similar in a way.
Well, I think it'd be very cool if it did, on any scale. It's always good when the boys have more opportunities to work. And I've seen many groups, would-be organizations trying to come up and after a while not be able to see it all the way through long term. So, it's still early, and these guys still have to prove themselves and prove history wrong, because usually people that have a lot of money, there's a reason they have a lot of money, so they don't want to piss it away for too long. And if that happens and they're not actually making money, then unfortunately that's what would happen. But hopefully they'll be able to do this in a productive way, and then just like I predicted 4 or 5 years ago, it'll be much like the territorial days, where all the local groups that have the super supportive live crowds behind them that want to see them succeed are going to push all of the localized groups up to a level to give the boys lots of different options of places to work, and also that brings a lot more wrestlers into the industry.
Yeah. And I know you said you're not looking, you're still wrestling, but you're not looking to go full time. Like, a lot of people would love to see you, at WrestleMania or at an AEW show, or really, they just want to see you. I know you're wrestling, but where can people see you? And is there a chance that we'll see you at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble?
So at WrestleMania that weekend, there's a huge event called WrestleCon. You're probably familiar with it. Yeah, everybody's there that's not at WrestleMania, and maybe some of those guys too. I will be signing at WrestleCon, so I will be there. And also, I think it's Thursday night, Sabu and myself will be wrestling. We have a tag match. We haven't tagged in years, so looking forward to that. It's been years. And we're wrestling the team of what's his name? Pentagon Jr. Yeah, and his brother Phoenix. So that's gonna be killer. And there happens to be an Impact Wrestling taping.
Oh, great!
So I'm speaking with those guys about future work right now.
Cool. Well, I really enjoyed watching when you were wrestling on Impact every week. With the matches you had with Jeff Hardy and you guys really had a good program going there, and I really felt like Impact really put out a really good run up against WWE at the time. I mean, there was a lot of hype going on. I mean, hopefully Impact could regain that type of impact that they had, pun intended.
Well, we'll see, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like everyone's going to be having to step it up pretty soon because there's a lot more competition on the battlefield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm a lacrosse player, and lacrosse is a pretty tough sport, just like wrestling. Lacrosse, you have to wear a helmet and a whole bunch of pads, but it's full contact. You get hit. You're not supposed to hit anyone in the head, but you do end up getting hit in the head with the metal sticks, sometimes solid wood, or if you get hit to the ground wrong. I mean, so we deal with concussions as well, and I mean, it's we're both in those type of sports, type of entertainment where it's high risk, high reward.
Indeed, man.
Yeah.
You'll get my perspective and my personal experience with that from Headstrong, and that ended up, like I said, becoming a lot bigger part of the movie than I thought it would. But there's a lot of educational information in it. We got Chris Nowinski, the expert on the brain. You know, he's the guy to go to, and he's in my movie, and we learn a lot through it. So in that respect, you know, it is something that hopefully a lot of people will watch. But it's kind of new. We're still learning about it, actually. Like the amount of cases that we've had is still relatively small, like in the big, you know, big picture.
Yeah. And now, where can people see you doing stand-up comedy? Do you make your way out to Hollywood? Where are you located, by the way?
Yeah. I'm actually in Las Vegas now. Most people don't know that because I just moved, and I'm speaking to a few different venues and comparing options. I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I don't have anything to share as far as where you can come and see me at the moment.
Let's promote your social media. I mean, you've got a lot of followers already. A few more ones.
Yeah, follow me on all the platforms at The Real RVD.
All right, everybody. Rob Van Dam, can you give a little shout out to my lacrosse fans, lacrosse viewers out there that might also be wrestling fans?
You say give a shout out to your cross-dressing fans?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Oh, I mean, to your lacrosse fans?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What up, lacrosse fans? I'm not sure what your sport is because we didn't play that in my school. But good luck to you, and keep crushing it if you've been crushing it. Otherwise, if you haven't been, start crushing now.
All right. Rob Van Dam, I thank you very much for taking this interview, and I know you're a busy man. I will check out your documentary, Headstrong, and I encourage everyone listening to do it as well. And have a great rest of the night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Cool. You too. Thanks.
All right.
After you watch it, you are going to want to tell everyone to see it because it's pretty damn good.
All right.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you. Yep.